So if you've been watching some of these videos, then I have been exploring the 4 core principles of the Maguire Method. It's a self-help handbook to find success and happiness in the age of uncertainty. And I am so excited to finally reveal the 4th core principle. So the first principle is to ask questions. The second one is to reflect on those questions that we asked. And the third one is to take those questions, take those reflections that we thought about, and take bold, informed action to get to that next level. So it's only rightfully so that the 4th core principle is habits. Now, forming a habit is really hard. Not necessarily because of the process, but because of what the process means today and the day in which we live in, which we get instant gratification. We don't have to necessarily complete a long, arduous journey to find something that we want and desire or even need. We live in a world where things are a little bit easier. Now, the problem with that is that it has absolutely demoralized us in so many different ways that we don't even quite understand. One being that if something goes wrong or it doesn't go well very quickly, we feel like we're doing something wrong or really upset and sad and depressed about it or confused, when in reality it's supposed to take time. And because we get so much information out there, what that even looks like is different. We find different answers for what the time looks like. So even when I wrote this part about habits, and I'm just being super serious with you right now, keeping it real, how much time does it take to actually form a habit? Does it take 21 days? Or is it 45, 66? Which is it? If you've heard 21 days, you're not alone. This idea can be traced back to a book published in 1960 by Dr. Maxwell Maltz called Psycho-Cybernetics. Maltz referenced 21 days as an observable metric in both himself and his patients at the time. But in reality, it can take anywhere between 18 to 254 days. It can take an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. So that's how long it takes to actually form a habit. So what we want to do is we want to ask these really amazing questions of ourselves, the world around us. We want to reflect on that. We want to take bold action. And when we take that bold action, we get an opportunity to see what works, what doesn't work for us. And then we turn it into a habitual routine. And when you make it habitual, that is how you reward yourself in ways that you never even saw coming. Sometimes even by accident, just by the act of you doing something and making it into a habit. And you're like, man, I don't see a lot of progress, but you know what? Over time, you will. Sometimes these things take a lot of time, a lot more time than we give ourselves the grace to accept. So accept the process, enjoy the process, love the journey. If it's too easy, you might want to ask yourself, well, if this is too easy, how happy am I going to be if it's this simple? Maybe I do want it to be a little bit more difficult. Maybe I love the challenge. Maybe I should embrace the challenge. Maybe life wouldn't be so tough if I embraced the challenges more and reframe the way that I see it. So again, 4th and final core principle of the Maguire Method: form a habit, a good habit that's going to lead to your success and happiness.